want to share with you a quick story, something that happened to me. It was a really neat one, and it's up to you to decide whether or not you think there's Shkacha Pratis, divine providence in this story. For me, there definitely was. To the other person that experienced it with me, there definitely was. So basically, on the second day of ER, that would be not on the second day, sorry, on Friday, so been a few days before then, I went into the davening room in my school, and I saw that there was a Harry Potter book in our school's shul area. And I thought to myself, I should put that on my head. I avoided doing it. I felt maybe it's a little bit too silly. Comes Monday, the 3rd of ER, and I see the book on the table again, and I can't help myself. And I take the book, and I place it right on top of my head, as you see in this picture. One of my students walks into the room, and looks at me like I'm crazy, and I say to him, "I'm elevating Harry Potter." And he's like, "Huh?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm elevating Harry Potter." Right? I'm taking the book and I'm placing it over myself. I didn't say that part, but you get the point. He's kind of like smiling a little bit, maybe chuckling a little bit. And then he says to me, "Wait a sec, Coach." I'm the basketball coach of the team. "Coach, isn't that disrespectful to your yarmulke?" And I think about him like, "Oh, maybe." And I said, "But I'm elevating Harry Potter." Right? So it's on my head. Then I decided, okay, you know what? I'll pull it off. Enough is enough. I didn't keep it on for too long. And when I pulled it off, the student said to me, wait, Coach, let's take a look at what page you're on. Because he knows that there's been a lot of shkacha pratis with the different things that I learn, etc. I share with them a lot of stories. And so here's the page that we're on. And you have on it clearly big words, the thief. So Mendy says, "Oh, what's the hashgacha pratis behind this one?" This student. He says, "What is it? What is the hashgacha pratis behind the thief?" And I'm also thinking to myself, yeah, this is really interesting. Like it's the beginning of a chapter. It's big words. Clearly that's the focus, the thief. Should I think about how, shouldn't steal things for people? Well, what's the deal? I read the 2 pages that it was on, and I just thought to myself, the only thing that really hit my mind as important was the words, the thief. So I davened, and I tried to daven with kavanah. So because I was davening with kavanah, normally I'm the one that reads the Hayom Yom to the class, which is a daily teaching that the Rebbe wrote for every single day of the year. And this time, because I was trying to daven, with a little bit more kavanah, I was literally just finishing up Shemona Esrei. And as I'm finishing up Shemona Esrei, another rabbi in the school, he's the one that's reading the Hayom Yom. And let's get into it. So he says like this. So imagine I'm davening Shemona Esrei. The other student is also sitting there. And it says the following. It is possible to utilize for divine service, according to Torah, all behavior traits. So the first thing is that this is exactly what I've been talking to my students at the time about in class. We discussed a certain thing from the Piazetzner Rebbe and from the Baal Shem Tov about how every midah, every godly energy from the spheres that's given to you has its source in Kedusha, has its source in holiness. So like, for example, if a person expresses himself in a way of anger, it doesn't mean that that same energy that one expressed as anger couldn't be expressed in a way of Kedusha, like passion, learning, things like that. That our midos, we oftentimes confuse our bad midos with the source that gives us the ability to express ourselves in a bad way. But it's much more like a dirty bottle on the outside with pure water inside of it. So we've been talking about this in class. Already my ears are kind of perking up. And it says this includes those traits that are unwholesome and even those that are evil, as their names and descriptions indicate. For example, the tzaddik, Reb Zusha of Anipoli of blessed memory, learned a number of methods of serving God from a thief. A thief. Oh, man. Mendy yells out to the class, "Hashgacha pratis!" And I actually, at the moment that he's saying this word, I'm taking my 3 steps back from davening Shemona Esrei, and I can't help it. I just have a crack a big smile and start laughing. I can't believe that this happened. Like, what? After the one day, I mean, why would I ever do this? For some reason, I felt like I had to put this Harry Potter on my head, and that I would even say that it's in order to elevate it. It's almost like silly. It's ridiculous, right? And then here it is on the day that the Hayom Yom talks about a thief and being able to take out from a thief an important lesson in Avodas Hashem. And it says he works quietly without others knowing. He's ready to place himself in danger. The smallest detail is of the greatest importance to him. He labors with great toil, alacrity. He's confident and optimistic. If he did not succeed the first time, he tries again and again. Well, it's up to you to decide how much you want to buy into the Hashgacha Pratis buying this. But for me, in my experience, it put me closer to Hashem. I believe it also put my student closer to Hashem. Other students saw it. And I think it's even perhaps an example of Shtus D'Kedushah, like almost like a foolishness of holiness that occurred. And I appreciate and I send my thanks to the Beirei Olam, to the Creator of the world, that He would reveal Himself even in a small way like this. And perhaps it's because I try to place my mind upon Him at all times, like you say, Shavisi Hashem the Negdi Tamin.